Hi everybody, welcome back to another Technique Tuesday. My name is Jessica and I'm here today to go over a couple of exercises to continue on our series for the foot and ankle for the month of July. If you want a couple of exercises to work on ankle strength, mobility, and stability, just stick around. So these three exercises you can perform if you're having any sort of ankle and foot issue. It does help with just overall strength, stability, and mobility, all of which you need for everyday activities such as walking, hiking, going to the gym, any sort of activity where you're on your feet, your ankles are moving, which is pretty much any time you're standing. These can be very helpful if you're having any kind of issues with those sort of activities. So the first exercise I'll be going over today are called heel and toe raises. To do this exercise, all you need is something a little sturdy to hold on to in case you lose your balance. What you're going to do is, facing your object, you're going to raise up onto your toes, flat on the ground again, and then onto your heels, raising your toes up. What I like to see with this exercise is slow, controlled motion, and it's great for working the muscles of the lower leg, ankle, and foot in the direction that pulls your heels up and pulls your toes up, both things that we do while we're walking. This exercise, we typically do 3 sets of 10 in both directions. The second exercise I have for you today are single leg stands. Again, all you'll need for this exercise is something a little sturdy to hold on to in case you lose your balance. Standing next to your object, you're going to pick a foot, whichever foot you want to work on first. Plant that foot firmly onto the ground. Shift your weight onto that leg as you lift your other foot off of the ground. If you notice a little bit of shaking in your ankle, that's perfectly normal. That just means those muscles are working. And this exercise is great for the stability of that lower leg, ankle, and foot. If you're having issues with this one, don't worry too much about it. You can always adjust it with a little toe touch on the floor, or even just an occasional touch if you feel like you're losing your balance. Again, something sturdy next to you in case you do lose your balance, but otherwise you should be good to go. You can do this exercise 30 seconds, 3 times on both feet if you would like. The third exercise I have for you today is a calf stretch. A lot of times what we find is when you have tightness in those calf muscles, it does restrict your ability to bring those toes upwards because those muscles in the back are very tight, pulling those toes down. To alleviate some of that, you're going to face your sturdy object, could be a wall, chair, whatever you would like. Step back with the tight foot or the ankle that you're working on. I would like to see both toes facing forward, leaning into your object. That back knee stays straight as you lean forward into that front leg. Keeping your back heel on the ground, you should feel a stretch back in those calf muscles back through here. This one we typically hold about 30 seconds, 3 times as well. And also, if you're feeling tight lower into your calf, you can adjust it to have a little bit of bend in that back knee before you come forward. You also need to keep your heel on the ground for this one, but you will feel the stretch a little bit lower down into the calf, down there. 30 seconds, 3 times is usually sufficient. I like to switch off on these ones as well. Usually if you have tightness in one leg, you have tightness in both. And there you have a couple of exercises for the foot and ankle. I hope you find those helpful, but if you do have any questions on those or the foot and ankle in general, please feel free to leave those down below in the comments and I will get back to you on those. Please stick around later this week where I will be going over common shoe mistakes that lead to foot and ankle problems. That will be Thursday morning for you guys. But next week you can look forward to Alyssa's Technique Tuesdays as we continue on our foot and ankle series for the month of July. Thank you and have a good week.